Hello, Gems. My name is Bushnell. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stay long enough to subscribe. I talk about femininity, personal development, and mindset. And if you're already part of the tribe, darling, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be discussing how to become a person of depth. Let's get right into it with the first one being read intentionally. Read books, read articles, read researches done in areas you are genuinely interested in, because reading, and it doesn't necessarily have to even just be like reading the actual physical book, but I will suggest that. But if you don't have the time, an audiobook also works as well, because reading makes you a great conversationalist. Reading gives you grammar. You become very well spoken in terms of grammar, and then it makes you a great conversationalist in that well-fed minds can just speak into situations so much better than even how they articulate themselves, so much better than how other people would. The second thing is build a circle that stretches you. And we see this in even when people say that phrase of you're either in a circle or a cage, depending on how your friend group is either a circle or a cage. And here we see, if you surround yourself with people who introduce new ideas, challenge your thinking, and inspire curiosity, this will be the exact kind of people you need to become an in-depth person. So the right conversations make you want to go home and learn. So if you are talking about with people who are investing and you're not yet investing, you'd want to go home and do your research. If you're around people who dress really well, you want to go home and do your research on how to also dress well and show up the same way, if not better, like your friends. The third thing here is become known for something. Oh, I love this one. So have one topic you understand deeply, whether it's geopolitics or entertainment, personal finance or fashion history. Become someone's go-to person. And I remember my first time with this was I was the go-to person for anything the Kardashians. People knew. You wanna know something about the Kardashians? Bushnell is the one, right? So have something, because that makes you quite interesting. That builds up a brand and a personality even for you. The fourth thing I'd say is being a great conversationalist. And this one is basically listening more than you speak. And not only that, asking thoughtful questions, reading the room, having eye contact, and also just understanding every setting has its own type of conversations. You might be a really good conversationalist, tick all those things that I've said before, but there's some conversations we can't have while we're eating. There's some conversations we can't have in a certain space. I know I have a different political view from most of my family members, so even though I can have a conversation on that, I know the setting when I'm around my family is to generally avoid that conversation so that there's no weird vibes during a family dinner. Let's go to the fifth thing, which is something I also love, charity, or you could just say even serving others. So this looks like volunteering, mentoring people, supporting causes you care about, right? When you serve, when you give, and this is not only just because it's what billionaires do, they give back, or most of them do. This is something that is godly. This is something as Christians that we should definitely practice, right? If you're lending to the poor, it's as if you're lending to God. And generosity, what it does to you as an individual, but it shows you that life is even bigger than you, right? And there's more to life than just you. Life does not revolve around you, and you're pouring onto others. So basically, service will give you empathy, perspective, and stories that money can't buy. Let's go to the next thing, which is be curious about everything. Okay, curiosity didn't kill this cat. Okay, it won't kill you. All right, ask why more often. Curious people never run out of interesting things to discuss. So why is this like this? Or why is this like the other? Or why is this like the other? Having an open mind is very crucial in this, right? Even when listening to different people's perspectives, you might get closed on something and you could be completely wrong. Or you might want to understand something better that you could invest in, that you could engage in. But because you didn't ask why, or how can you get into this, you get stuck in where you are. So you're probably thinking, oh, I'm not a business person. In my family, we don't do business. But you haven't asked how, why, you haven't engaged. You're just closing yourself based on what you've been seeing around you. And that's very limiting, So go in depth and ask those questions. The seventh thing, which is also a vibe, is travel or experience new things. So whether it's going to that hidden gem or that new restaurant in your city, or it's traveling within your country, or right now, for example, in my country, we have visa-free traveling into some certain countries. So you can do those things, budget, plan with your friends if that's a thing, so that you can cost share and enjoy and experience these different things. I remember when I started my femininity journey, I used to say every month I'd have to go to a new restaurant. Every month I'd budget for it, and I'd put aside money for it to go to a new restaurant every month. And that was how I got to learn so many different things, so many culinary things, learning how people are, socializing, how to be okay being by myself on solo dates, etc. Right? And then finally, we have to end on this: learn one new skill every year. Now that AI is there, now that we live in this digital age, what's your excuse? You have none. You have none. Whether you want to crochet, you want to learn how to knit, you want to learn how to sew, you want to do a course on a Bitcoin, right? There is someone on YouTube or in a corner in the internet who's done something like that to enable you to be able to do that thing. All right. Whether you want to go for pottery, carving, cooking, it's there. You have the ability to learn even faster and easier now. So whatever it is, continuous learning will always make you a well-rounded person. Okay, it doesn't stop when you clear university. Learn, and this is something that's super engaging, super fun, and it makes it, imagine what you're doing right now. Oh yeah, I'm working here or I'm in school here, but I'm also doing this as my passion project while I'm learning this. Look at how so inviting such an intro is, right? So I hope this video was helpful. Like, share, and subscribe, and also leave a comment on the type of content you'd love for me to do.